Okay, hello, welcome back to another game of chess. We're playing e4 as per usual. My opponent responds with a Sicilian, so of course we're going to play the Mengarini and go for this gambit of the b-pawn. They take c3, knight c6, and d4. A beautiful and extremely aggressive line against the Sicilian. If they play d5, which they do, then they will doubtless make a blunder right now. They're going to make a mistake, and you'll see in the analysis, I can guarantee d5, it's not a good move. Why? Because knight b5. Now the best move in that position is queen a5, a ridiculous counterintuitive move that just makes no sense. e5 here, they go for a check. Obviously immediately with knight b5 we're threatening the family fork here. They go for a check. I'm tempted by bishop e2, because if you take here maybe I have bishop f3. We hit the queen and we're still threatening knight c7, and once you've moved the queen we go knight c7. King moves, maybe even we open this. Probably not because they could take our knight. So we can just pick up the rook is the point. So I like bishop e2. We are developing as well. Getting one move closer to castling. Our opponent does not have, for instance, bishop d6 to hold this square because we could take that and win the queen. And it's just like, what do you even play here? I mean, there is just such a huge problem with this fork they take. That is insane. I can just go check. Maybe it's a bad idea somehow. I'm now gaslighting myself into not wanting to fork. We're going to go for this. This has to be the right move. Because now this is also pinned. We're going to take here. Yeah, okay. Okay, the king is dislodged. I'm going to be safe. And their king definitely is not going to be safe. If they don't take here now, and I don't think they should by the way, because then bishop f3, then I'll be playing knight f3 and castling. Bring the rook to the e-file, some discovery with the bishop, win the queen, something like that. Who knows? It kind of has to be this, right? Let's go for it, put pressure on here. If you ever push this, I'm just going to take here with check. Queen takes, bishop takes, life's good. They are going for some extremely fast development though, which you've kind of got to respect, but at the same time it's like, I don't know, this just is not convincing to me because this whole thing is pinned by my queen. And I'm really thinking that just castling here and my king is going to be so safe. And you can't really get this final slicing bishop into the attack. Let's castle. Unpin the bishop. Life's looking good. You will not be leaving your queen here for very long, I can guarantee. And we are attacking this pawn 3 times. It is only defended 3 times. Ooh, I don't care. Why would I care? I mean, just rook here. Defend the bishop. Threatening some discovery because the knight's going to hold that rook. Rook e1. I mean, this is just it's almost too easy. It's almost too easy. The e-file and the d-file are mine. And this is the main problem. Knight hit, what is going on? I don't understand this move. This is the main problem with not castling, is that if you let your opponent castle, they will be able to control the center, and if your king is in the center, especially with no e-pawn and a very tenuously placed d-pawn, it's not looking good. Now, I have the move bishop b5. I can move my bishop anywhere I want, because my knight holds the rook. We are not getting back rank mated, because in the end the knight will be able to take, which by I mean, if the queen takes originally, I will take with the knight and just win the queen. Thank you very much. So I could do that. I also, and the thing is, the reason I want to go for this specifically is that not only do we get on the diagonal with the king, but it's the fact we're pinning this knight, which is one of the key defenders of this square, meaning we can maybe take here. I don't know, it feels like it has to work. There must be a win here. That is, I am happy to say, there must be a win. Where is it though? I think it's this, and I'm just going to play it. Why not? Pin the knight. This is now only defended twice, because this is not an active piece anymore. This is pinned to the king, which is horribly situated in the middle of the board, and cannot even run this way, because our knight on a8 is putting in a shift right now, holding that c7 square. So the king is now confined to these 2 files, the d and the e file. What do we have on the d and the e file? Rooks and queens. That is not what you want your king to be facing. So the queen moves, of course it had to, we were attacking it with a rook. Now's the interesting bit. Come on, where's the follow-up? Knight's still pinned. I should probably take on d4 at some point. If I take here, and then go check, for instance, it kind of lets them scuttle back into the safety of f8. And we are just winning, by the way, there, because don't forget, we are up a rook from that original fork for 2 pawns. But I feel like we have more. And it might be a greedy mindset, but I don't know. I'm extremely tempted. I like this. But then rook takes, and we have to take with the queen, and then bishop takes. And then we have to take with the pawn, and I'm just like... Oh. Doesn't fill me with joy to think about rook takes here. We could just play pawn takes this. Rook takes. We take backwards with the knight. I'm also thinking that at some point if we take here, the bishop moves and we play d5, we're going to be attacking the pinned piece with our pawn. Nice bit of alliteration there. Push and p. Free slime. Okay. Here, rook takes. Knight takes. That is kind of fun because then we leave our queen on the d file. I'm going to go for this. I like this. I like this. I think this is good. Yeah, we've kind of closed up the d file, but I don't think that's going to matter because we're either going to take the bishop and open it again, or after the rook takes, we're not taking with the queen. We're taking backwards with the knight so that we leave our queen on the d file, and we're threatening to either take this or push and attack the knight and take that with check. And there won't be the usual sort of tactical combination of, for instance, after, okay, bishop b6. I mean, maybe even first we take this. Ooh. I was going to say that after here, there's no a6, because we take this with check, basically. And they can't, there's no time to take our bishop. They go queen here. Can I? Oh, that's a mate threat. I can just defend it though. Oh no, that's a free knight. There we go, with check. Okay, fine. I knew there was a reason this was not possible. Now it's just a one game. I mean, everything's just hanging. I have probably check here, but there's just this. So why would I do that? I don't know. I could probably just take this now, actually. Because if you take here, I'm just going to take your queen. Yeah, let's just go for that. We've taken all their pieces. They have 3 pieces left. We have 1, 2... We have all our pieces left. We have both knights, both bishops... Oh no, we're missing a rook. RIP. RIP to the fallen rook that could not be with us today. After it was traded brutally on e1. However... I mean, when you're 10 points of material up, probably your opponent's not looking for a queen trade. So they don't, obviously. But now, I mean, it's just like, what's going on here? They attack my rook. Scary. I'm just going to go check. It's not really in true attacking fashion. But I do not want to bore you guys by longing out this game. Completely unnecessary. It is clearly won. The opening idea was present. The middle game attacking idea was also present. Oh, okay. Do I try and sack a rook? Just for the culture. Check. Here. Check. Here. Check. I feel like I actually can. Takes on g7. They take my rook. I go check. They go here. I probably... trade the knight, they come back, I go check on c7, they go here again, I take here with check. Yeah, I'm gonna go like this. We're gonna keep the queens on the board, okay? Well, who am I to trade queens? Why would I do this? Why would I do such a thing? They're gonna take this most likely, trying to claim back a bit of material, and okay, didn't see that. Bit awkward. Bit awkward. I'm still completely fine. If not actually even more winning. Because, like, why? I wasn't going to use that knight on e1. I genuinely just, like, thought I got back rank mated. That would have been a very funny way to end this game. But we're currently threatening check here, check here. I just want to end this game in a little bit of style. Contrary to what I said about longing it out. Because this is already completely won. Who cares? I'm having fun. Hopefully you're having fun. Everyone's having fun. There might even be... Ooh, the queen goes here. They hold c7, but there might be some check here. I want to get all my pieces involved, you know what I mean? They are attacking my rook again, though. It's quite funny. We go bishop b2. We're just going to sack back all the material. Here, then check. Okay, this is just funny. We're gonna give back some material. We're just messing with the opponent here. You, of course, have to take. Else there's going to be bishop c6. Sorry, f6 problems. And after you do take... I believe I go check here. Rook e1. King here. I can take the bishop. I don't need to calculate this. I'm just going to have fun. I'm just going to see what happens. Go with the flow. Do you know what I mean? Just enjoy life. Question is, rook d1 or queen check first? I think it's got to be this check and then rook e1. And there's no knight e7 because queen e7's mate. And yeah, I suspect. I mean, we've kind of just given back the material just to make this more interesting somehow, I guess. It's not really more interesting, but yeah, you're gonna have to go here. Then I could take this bishop actually, which I could just take the bishop straight away now. I guess you've done this with your knight, like, well done. Let's just take with check. Now we're winning back all the material. I've really just made this a completely unnecessary... Wait, we can sack a bishop as well. Bishop c4, knight takes, check, king g7, rook e7, king h6, queen f8. Yeah, that's going to be mating. That's going to be mating. Sack the bishop. We're just trying to give back all the material. You got to give back to the community sometimes. And this is how I'm choosing to do it. If they don't take, then there's going to be humongous problems among us. If they do not take, there's going to be massive problems on g8, surely. Check. I mean, my knight's just still on a8, by the way. What is going on? I just want a cool checkmate, man. Why is this so hard? Do you know what I mean? How is this so difficult to pull off? Bang. Bishop f7. How about that? Cutting off some big bad squares here. Threatening maybe check. I don't even know what's going on, man. I just want my opponent to resign. I'm just going to lock in so that there's no way for me to lose this game now. Check. King here. h4. Ooh, and then queen h6. Give up the pawn. Oh, they can take this with the queen, though. I don't know why I'm saying this like it matters. I should have gone queen g7. What is wrong with me? Check. I swear the king has to go here, actually. We're trying to lure the king down. I want a cool checkmate. Do you know what I mean? Does it not have to? Is that not the only legal move? I think it is. Unless you block with the knight, of course. Check. I really want to get the king, like, draw it towards me. Do you know what I mean? Which kind of feels like we're doing. That's checkmate, I think. So is that. There's a bunch of different checkmates. Like, there's this one. What's the coolest one, though? What about this? Oh, that's pretty dirty, actually. I think there's just knight here. And then, obviously, this is also going to be checkmate. They just resign. Okay, well, let's analyze it. Okay, so here we are in the analysis. The graph, very clean. Very, very clean. 97% accuracy. 2 inaccuracies. We don't care about anything that happened after, like... Okay, I mean, one sec. Let's just go through the game. But obviously, I messed around for a long time. We're not going to go through that. This is the Mengarini Sicilian. This position I have had many times. If I look at my own games as white, I've had this position 58 times in rapid and won 67% after takes, knight a3. And look, everyone's making these mistakes. e5, knight b5, and then the check, bishop e2. And pawn takes. Already we're completely winning. Check here, takes. And then was my approach correct? So knight f3. There we go, bang on. Here, castles, perfect. Here. Should have taken on d4, but rook e1 also makes sense. They go here. Bishop e5, I mean, just everything's winning. Takes on d4 was good to hear, though. Oh, I was really hoping knight takes would be like the engine move. But I think if we take with the queen, obviously they can't take this because we just go here. So, I mean, we're still threatening this. I just really wanted to leave the queen on the d file. But we take with the knight, then we go here. Then we take here. Then, I mean, we go for this check and take on g7, which was actually the most accurate move. Let's go. Let's not trade queens. Let's play queen takes g7 and then mess around. Wait, that's actually so good. Sacking the knight. And bishop b2 is the best move as well. Oh, that's disgusting. Okay, and then I just messed around for absolutely ages because I thought if they take, then I go check here. This is how far I calculated. And then wherever you go, I just assumed I was mating. Like here, I was thinking, okay, queen g7 or rook g7 probably. Here, takes. Yeah, I mean, it's going to be checkmate, no doubt. But they, of course, did not take. Then we went check. Bishop f7. Here. Was h4 the best move? We brought out some legitimately sexy looking moves. I can't lie. Like taking on g7 and bishop b2 and h4 all being the actual computer move. Queen c8 also best. g3 here. And I did have this mate straight away. Obviously, I was just messing around at this point, but we found the most efficient. We were messing around, but in a lot of cases, the pure intuition here, g3 here, went for the check, just styling on them. But I decided to take this instead and make them resign, because here, this would have been mate. An absolutely disgraceful looking checkmate, by the way. That reminds me of that Alaska game, Alaska Zimul, with where it was this pawn structure and some kind of, basically you drag the queen down to here and then instead of castling queenside with mate, just play king d2 mate, like an idiot. Anyway, but yeah, thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. It is another Mengarini Sicilian, of course, but hopefully this just inspires you to actually learn it. I have a tutorial on it. Play it yourself. You will get these wins. I have a crazy high win rate in this line, and I tend to play quite strong players that fall for this. I mean, if someone's playing the Sicilian and they're like 2100 on Lee chess, they're a pretty decent chess player. No doubt. I mean, it's a serious opening. It's a semi-serious rating. You know, you're not just some idiot. You clearly know how to play a bit of chess, but they're just in completely lost positions so quickly, and it is all due to this Mengarini. So this is, I think, absolutely justifiably the most aggressive way to play against the Sicilian, this specific line, and many lines that branch off from this this knight a3, this d5, ed5, queen d5, knight a3 line. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed, like, comment, subscribe, all these three things. Check out the channel memberships if you are interested, and if you want personal chess coaching. I'm being quite slow with this at the moment because I've got a lot of stuff going on with my university degree, as well as a big video I'm working on, which I've been teasing for about 3 years now, and also the daily YouTube shorts, and also little videos like this, and some other stuff. Anyway, thanks so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Sign up for the coaching if you want. Google form, link in the description. Not the description, the channel description. I'm waffling. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.